And so let me say a great welcome to all of you joining us for the first time on this edition of the program, The Bottom Line Liberia. We apologize for coming on a few minutes late. It was some technical problems from everywhere, from our side and from everywhere. We do not have control over this kind of system that we use. It's a system that determines what happens. But good that we're back, and we're going to be taking you through series of information here, information that is very important for you to know. And tonight I have with me my colleague Chima Kamara from the UK, and Paul the Lord Triple from the UK is also going to be here. And tonight we're going to bring you much needed information. First, we'll look at the review of our major stories from major newspapers in Liberia, and then we'll put those stories into perspectives. We're going to look at them from our own views and add our own insight into the stories that you may have already read. And so we want to welcome you. We want to urge you to help us to share the show. Let's say welcome to Lawrence Kasima. Lawrence, please help us to share the show. If this is your first time, we'd like to say, make this place your home. I guess my colleague Chima is all set. Chima, welcome. How is your evening?
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me, and I'm glad to be again after a couple of days away from the platform, and nice to see you guys. Well, good to be here. Manchester, where I live, United Kingdom, is a nice place to be. Nice weather right now. It's not that hot, but we like it. It's a little bit breezy, but it's going well.
Okay. And from where I am in Scandinavia, it's nice weather, and it's been nice weather for a few days now. So we're in July now. We cannot guarantee anything. The weather can change any hour, anytime. But for now, it is still good. We hope the global warming will be true someday, so that the weather in Europe can reduce to suit people from other countries, not only from Africa, because we got people from other countries that live in Europe that come from hot countries. But on the average, I think Europe needs cold more than we do in our various homes. But Jima is gonna be great tonight to look into the various newspapers from Liberia, and to, like I said, put them into our own perspectives and see how we go. But I don't know if there's anything else you want to say. So after your introduction, maybe we can, or after your welcoming statement, after that, then we can play our interlude of music just to be able to use that time to share the show.
Yeah, not much to say here. Just to say welcome again to all those who join, wherever they join us from. So welcome, be part of the Bottom Line Liberia based in Europe. We give you our own perspective, more especially we do our major airlines review from Liberia newspapers and other trending issues in Liberia. So anytime you join us, always make sure subscribe to our subscribe to our social media handles, and we'll bring you everyday news that making headlines in Liberia. So you need to be part of it. Also, we appreciate your comment. You can take part of your comment and also share with us. And we have questions. We would like to listen to you and see where we can share with our colleagues. We also have a chance to answer you. If it's not, we want to make this place an interactive place, and we be part of the discussion every time. It's a place for Liberian as well, and friends for Liberia.
Okay. Well, guys, we're going to play you a short musical break, and then when we get back, we'll be going straightly into the show. And the reason why we normally play this music is that we use that time to share the show, and besides that, it suits the occasion or the topics that we discuss here on the Bottom Line Liberia. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
My people, where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Whip your hands. Come on. I know you're sleeping now. You gotta whip us more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people fool us. The people people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will knock the ball. I said we tired with their lies, we tired with their promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to beat? You see, we just tell you that's why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. Fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us, they betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the borough. I said no one to trust. My people don't want to hope on nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they say they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then instead they delay. People suffer. No work for people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So, why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the borough. We tired with their promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to beat? You see, we just tell you that's why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask.
Well, they lie. This is the program, The Bottom Line Liberia, and we want to say welcome to each and every one of you joining us. If this is the first time, we say stay with us. And if you're joining us always, we also say good that you always come in. Tonight we have Mr. Harold Mowe. Harold is going to be here to discuss with us issues about Liberia, and together we can have very good discussion. And Harold, I know this is the first time on the show. My name is Linford Goa, one of the producers here, and Jamal Kamara also, and Paul the Lord Chilukle is not here tonight. But this is where we are. We are Liberians. We do this as often as we can. There is no formula to that. So, we are not there's no special restrictions. And the only thing we do is we respect you and you respect us. We respect everybody else, whether outside or here, when we discuss the issue. So we want to say welcome for the first time. I'm not getting you. I don't know what's happening.
You are not getting me? Are you getting me now?
Yeah.
Okay. No, your knee slipped. You say, what's the knee?
Linford Goe.
Okay, About where this
I don't know what type of device you're using. Are you using your phone or computer or something? It's like you're far away from the microphone.
but I guess you're hearing me now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, probably the phone or
People can reload.
what
Albert,
said we know the United States. Such a huge was here on the show with the Lord Paul Tulipi and Brother Jamar, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm glad to be back, and it is ours to our national interest is called issues of Congo
Okay.
Latino.
I'll continue. I'll continue to bother you a little bit because you need to let the come in the middle of the screen so that the people will see you because now we were seeing half about. Okay, now I know using your phone is difficult to position that, but I guess as we progress, things will be okay. Yeah, it's much better, and
Okay, much.
yeah, much better. Yeah, so like I said, we discuss the issues here and we do it respectively. So we welcome you once again on behalf of the Bottom Line team. It is our pleasure to have you here. Jima is going to be here to bring on the topics that we'll be discussing. But I don't know if there is any specific thing on your mind concerning Liberia. Anything that you think about that concerns you as a Liberian citizen, you can talk here and then probably we can start discussing from there.
Okay, I would love for the topics we have, and I don't have much time, an hour for the show, so I don't know how long we're gonna stay, but we will discuss what we have on hand. And anything pop up, then we ought to go into it. But
Okay, then we'll go into this. Wait, let me see. Now, it says the House of Representatives takes steps to establish African Court on Human and People's Right. Uh, so, if I'm getting what this story is saying, is that the people in the House, because the picture you see, there's a speaker, the Speaker of the House, Councillor Fonati Kofa. So, they're saying that the House of Representatives is taking steps, is starting the process of establishing an African Court on Human and People's Right. Um, the question that I would personally want to know is why this late? Why is it that the House, which is the lower branch of the lowest branch of the lawmakers, taking this step late? Okay, why didn't they establish this ever since? They said that now that they see that human rights are being violated or something. But Jima has a probably Jima could take us through what the story is actually saying because he has a little bit of detail. But I just want to throw that question out while we pondering or if Jima can come in.
you want me to say something there?
Yeah, sure, you can start.
Yeah. It's sometimes it's so worrisome as Liberians when we hear all these pronouncements, and writing, and topics coming up in the newspaper or from our leaders. As a nation or representatives of people, you can't just get up and say something. It's something is bothering the society. First of all, you need to have worship. It's coming class together. What's the need for the establishment of an African human rights court? When you supposedly sat down and signed a recent agreement to have the war and economic crime court in your country without hearing from your people, and you quickly signed it. Now, you have to have, let's put it with a national code call for human rights in your country and on the continent of Africa. So which way are we going? Are you going by that statute of the code that will be established to be known as the African Human Rights Code, or you're going to follow the instructions from the unknowing or the knowing international community that pressurizing you to have the human rights or the economic and war crime code in your country? Which one are you going about? So we get confused whether the people are actually our representatives or they are only up there. They are educated to show off that they are educated and they have to say what they want to say and the nation must just follow. You can't just get up and you say you want this. You have to have consensus from your very constituent that you represent before you can bring it to other police to have them involved and see how we can nationally approach it. For example, the other time, the president of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency, Joseph Human Baraka King of quickly went and did what they call a drug test. And everybody should follow suit. So Senator went, other people went. Now the question is, what does it entail to have drug testing program in a country? Who are those involved? What are the institutions that you will rely on to conduct an affair? Okay, they just did it. It was a show tap and everything dropped. You don't hear anything again. You didn't have the health people involved. You didn't have the legal people involved. You will just see somebody on the street and say, you have to do drug tests. Who controls the result? Where the result goes? How it is done? Somebody just made a pronouncement, then it became involved. In a democratic state that we prefer to be, the presidency is not a law. If the president proposes that idea will be put on the floor for discussion to your district, that people make input. But the king of now we agree that people are being tested for drugs. So how far have we gone? So I think the honorable speaker need to hold by that topic. Let him go to his constituency, call the first meeting and have national workshops on the issue. What is the need? Are we going to have in Liberia the African or Human Rights Code, and we have the International War Crime Code, War and Economic Crime Code in Liberia? That's where we are going, which is which.
And I guess this is where a lot of Liberians will be wondering, because, like you rightly said, recently the president signed the establishment or approved the establishment of the War and Economic Crimes Court, and both houses, the lower and the upper houses, signed the document. So it means that they approved it, that it can come. The War and Economic Crimes Court can be established. So just in the same vein, just a fortnight ago, not even 4 or 5 months in between, then they're calling for the establishment of an African, in fact, just the name alone, African Code for or on human rights. So is it going to be for all of Africa, or is it, I don't understand, because they didn't say West African Code, they didn't say Liberian Code, but they are saying African Code. So how is this code going to work parallel to this to the War Crimes Code that is supposed to be established? Because the War Crimes Code also, remember, it has to do with human rights violation. Okay, so how are they going to work together? So I think we need a legal mind to try to explain this to us. But even though we are not legal minds yet, but just from the knowledge that we have of how these things function, how do you think they're going to work? Because they're going to be one group is going to be doing the work of the other one, and something like that.
Yeah, it just like I would say, a part of confusion. So now they don't have work to do in the house, and they just create some atmosphere for people to be listening to them. We have issues in our country that you need to address. For example, uh, let's look at the country economically. In Mornington, you have a country that you cannot find a direction. Let's say I've been abroad for 24 years. I'm going, I really wanted to go to my nephew's house. I get to the airport. I'm calling my nephew, the phone not picking up. I have no address to tell the taxi driver where to carry me. So when President Waka took over, the first, if somebody else wrote, but I think I wrote the first open letter to the president that we need the old age issue to be addressed. Liberia, the redemarcation of our land, especially the city, must be one of your priorities because it's a disgrace. Now, you have representatives, senators, they're looking at the national thing, the one that we can do by ourselves. You need much money to do that. You're calling for African or human rights code to be established. Are you speaking at ECOWAS or are you speaking at a UAO? Where those places you can make such a pronouncement because you don't have the ability, the funding to establish such a code on your own. So who are you speaking? The Liberian audience or the African audience in general? You have to be representing Liberia at ECOWAS or at the UAO to bring in such a suggestion, meaning you might have preliminarily discussed that issue at the Liberian level with the Liberian technocrat and the need for that. So, I mean, they got to do something better than what they think they are doing. We should be thinking hard. We establish national agricultural sample farm between regions in the country. So within a year time, we will have a lot of food in Liberia and people will get jobs instead of coming with things that you don't need. So let me hold on there. Is the brother back?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Moore. I think you lay it rightly. We should be doing things that we able, things that fall within our purview, things that we can hold on to without any let me put it Liberian way, right? Without any long hala. Okay, but you go talk about African code. Have you consulted other African countries? Because we are judging, we don't know what this code will be like, but we look at the name. Okay, so let me welcome our colleague Paul. Paul, welcome.
Oh, good evening, gentlemen. Good afternoon, Avo. I guess you're on the other side. It's afternoon on your side and it's evening on this side. It's good to be back on the bottom line. Happy to see all of you. How you guys doing?
We are great.
Great.
It was just a topic we were talking about. I don't know whether I know you're following us. This is say the house. No, they're not even talking about both houses. So. But just the representatives say they're taking steps to kind of establish some kind of African code on human rights. When just recently, the same house, along with the Senate, approved or signed that document that was signed by the president and sent to them on establishment of war and economic crimes code, which also, to a greater extent, has to do with human rights violation. So, Paul, drive us through, man.
That's a very interesting topic. I hope Jamal who read the story will give all the detail of this story because I was following the conversation and I already said they just signed a war and economic crime code just a few weeks ago. And now what become of that? They have now finished off that 1 year and now they come to this human rights thing that is talking about. So something I know Liberia is a 419 country, so people come up with all sorts of things that they cannot implement. And I really want to get the details of this story, where it's heading, and where I was have this legislature consulted their constituent before coming up with these things. They don't do it. then they just they're getting money here and there. So what are they doing? There's so many things on the book in Liberia have never been, how they call it, implemented. So
Implemented.
yeah.
But
So all of these.
Unfortunately, Abba is going to be very short with us today. He said he's going to be here for an hour, and we've gone half hour already. And then our colleague Francis Mensah is just logging on, and when Francis is set, he can just signal us, and we'll bring him on. But in a bit to try to address most of the issues we have here, I want us to also forge ahead. And they're talking about LTA, that's the Liberia Telecommunications Authority, has found MTN, that is one of the mobile services provider that we have, and Orange, this one from France, and with 300,000 each for regulatory violations. And I don't know, sometimes when I read some of these stories or when I see the headlines, I get confused. What are the regulations that these people violated that you find them with this? Is it within the TOR of the establishment of these entities in a country, or is it only to be able to raise funds from them since they are money generating entities? Well, welcome Francis and Jima. The two of you just especially Francis just coming on. So if you want to take on one of these or the story that we just discussed about the court or this one, I mean, give your input.
Well, I just want to say thank you again, fellow panelists. I'm not ready now. Read this story. I log in to give my on the 2 cents about. I know you guys have touched about of his name, a link, like Fagon, and the War Crimes Code as establishing in Gambia. But I would pass my time to some people. I want the panelists who was very open with the story. And LTR, okay. I didn't read it.
Yeah, probably Chima can tell them. For me, they find with Orange and MTN for me is not really important because I see it as just another means of raising money, because this is how the government will do. The government, since they broke, they'll be looking at anybody. Even if you storm your toe, they say, "My man, what you storm your toe in the city for? You gotta pay." So Jima, take us through if you know anything much interesting about this story. Or else for me, we can just drive on to some other things. You are low. I'm not hearing you. I don't think I can hear you.
You hear me?
Great, yeah.
Yeah, right. I would just want to go back to the story of the court, the establishment court. I wanted to probably you guys were talking about all the story. Yeah, okay. Reload that. I'll just go over there. This is a proposal, a kind of the House of Representatives Governors Judicial Committee came out with an idea that the African continent should set up a human rights court. And this is a proposal to fight for human rights. So this is a proposal coming from the House of Representatives in Liberia. Just to give you a background information of the code establishment. It's a proposal put forward by the House of Representatives in Liberia, asking them to Africans should set up a code of human rights. I think probably if they don't know, there's something set up already in Africa. You have human rights code set up by AU. But I don't know how effective it's a code, but it could be a different one. But this is just to let you know the background of it. Probably you don't know what the background information was, just to give you some background. That's one for the and we were wondering why we would set up African human rights code when even the court in Abuja is setting up having cases when even if after passing judgment the code is not effective, the actions are not taken. All those ECOWAS could taking actions, ECOWAS could is making decisions, and those decisions have not been effective. So why propose these things? I think it's laughable. If you think why these things setting up these institutions are not even useful to the citizens of the continent, including the world, to reach and including the world we're talking about. This is why we should be discussing these things or making this decision and making some decisions or proposal in the people of the region. That's my take on this. On the level of, if you bring back the LTA slapping fans on the on some, why is that again? This story. This is basically about some regulatory violations. So LTA, Orange, MTN, which used to be I think, MTN should be Blue Star, bought by MTN and Orange. The government, the LTA fines them for 300,000 each for the fact for not following procedures. So some information that be passed out to government, and they also restricting some competition in the country. The government is saying that the citizens need to have benefit because the citizens they need to, if they're doing these things to make sure they're able to create an environment where competition will be viable. And I hope what they are doing is in the right direction, because slapping fire on these people is good, but in the sense that others should follow, not only them, and they should also lay by rules, because what they're doing now is to protect the consumers, which are Liberians. So if you not only get slapping fire on the companies, you should also allow other companies to competition in the country. So they should have some kind of rates for citizens to have access to connection or connectivity in the country in line with mobile connection, because most of our lives on mobile nowadays, our money transfer, our lives actually on mobile, in our hand these days. So allowing these two bigger companies to run the country without competition is also in line with the interest of the consumers. So we hope the 300,000 fine each levied against these companies will be in the right directions, and other companies that are violating regulatory rules in the country should also suffer suit. That's my take on this as well.
Okay. There is one story that I wanted to just run over. It's not because I'm not putting this story up because it's very important, but there is something about this story that I want us to see. You see, this is the ELWA junction. They have built a new roundabout, and I understand it was dedicated yesterday by the Pinsville City Corporation. And I think President we had started this project, and the Unity Party it was completed under the Unity Party government. But it's a good thing because we want to go to Liberia. Those of us in the diaspora that know about change, that know about development. This is what we use. These are some of the things that we use here in Europe and America and other places. So when we go home, we want to see it. But my concern about this thing is whether, and it goes to say that the problem with Liberia, especially when it comes to accident and thing, is mainly based on the system where drivers are not properly trained. Because I'm a living experience. I got people, I know people, even in my family who drive, they are not being to driving school. Okay. And driving is an art. It's not just something you think you can imagine to do. Yes, you could imagine to do it, but the consequences that will come. So they have built this very beautiful place. And we all know, those of us that drive in this thing, we know there's a rule. There is an entry point and there is an exit point. But if you look at this thing, Nathan, I cannot zoom it, but if you look at it carefully on the screen, you'll see a black car and you'll see several motorcycles. Where is the black car heading? The black car is heading to the right-hand side of us looking at the screen. And where are the motorcycles heading? They are heading to the left-hand side, right on the other side of the black car. Now, in Europe, it doesn't go that way. Except you're in Great Britain and you're driving, then you go to the right-hand side. But if you're here, like what we do in Liberia, we drive on the left-hand side. When you enter this round driving, the first car on your left, you have to wait for that car. That car got it right away. The same way you who here to enter, the other car on your right got to wait for you, and then you can have 1 million cars in this roundabout. It will go smoothly if everybody understands the system. But now Liberia has started using it the other way. Sooner or later, you'll see one representative or lawmaker coming with a car on the other side while the test is going so, and what happens? Congestion, accident, and the purpose for which this was built will not be achieved. I don't know how you guys look at it. The initial picture, the opening picture, you can see.
Yeah. But somebody want to come in? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, anybody can come in. I let everyone open to all.
Linford, you're spot on. You see, when they started the roundabout, I was in Liberia. And just exactly what you see on the screen, that's how people were driving on it. The people, we don't have roundabout in Liberia. This is the first of its kind. If you go to Liberia, they have some tiny roundabout, but it's around and behind things with town hall there, somewhere they call Benson Clinic. Some tiny little thing. But this one is massive. And if you're going to open things like this, the Ministry of Transport or the police should start educating the people on radio. How does this thing work? You just open something to our people who don't even have driving lesson. Anyone can just take pen and run with it, or keke or car. A lot of people in Liberia drive without driving license. They haven't went to driving school. They don't understand traffic rules. So these are the things. I mean, in the old days, when something going to happen, they will say that in all the languages in Liberia, this is about to happen. But now the information, people not aware of this. You see the arrow pointing, say going the right, and the people looking at the arrow going the opposite. That just tell you they're not informed of what the roundabout is about, to ease down the traffic. And also, because we don't have electricity, so we don't use street lights, and this roundabout serve that purpose. You see, so the people need to be informed on what this about. They don't know it. This is first of its kind in Liberia. And I can tell you, so the government get work to do.
Okay, this is our nothing in there.
Yeah, sure.
When they were building this roundabout, having been privileged to be connected to one of the engineers whom I've known over the year, and he explained to me what it meant was to reduce tension in the traffic, to avoid accidents, rushing on each other. So it's roundabout it to slow down the traffic and make a safe road. So where people are entering, in no way somebody can cross the way we see now, they're crossing in front of a black car. The way the black car is going, it's supposed to be the only way if it's going south of that road. Only people that are going south will carry that curve. People coming from, start coming northwestern, they will enter another point to go that way to get to the road going to Monrovia. But what we're seeing here, this car, I can't tell from where I say to say where, but I see it going towards ELWA, and some other people coming, I don't know, from the Monrovia where they're crossing to go Monrovia or where they're going. I mean, it can't work like that. When
you even see individuals walking in the circle there when the zebra crossing is supposed to be before the entrance of the roundabout. Just
human being walking in there.
I don't know.
Everywhere walking on foot, you can't go there because only cars supposed to be over there. There's no marketeers that are supposed to go around there. So even if they open it for the foot, a police officer that is trained by the engineer to interpret it right there. So you got how they gonna get up this situation. I in the roundabout, or I know I'm going to exit and go my route, but then in the corner, somebody jumping in front of me. So they need to go back to the drawing board. This is not how it was. It is not a roundabout. It's a circle of fear.
And Paul put it correctly that the purpose is not being served. Francis, I mean, we don't need to waste time.
Yeah, look, guys, I mean, this is a very beautiful concept, but I think it's a misplaced concept. We do not have the required knowledge as motorists in Liberia to have this kind of safety measure into place. First of all, you have this is a very technical sport, roundabout. If you're not careful, there'll be a lot of accidents. Instead of you preventing accidents, there will be a lot of accidents there because people do not know how to gauge the roundabout. You have to yield, always yield from the left. So the cars are coming from your left, or they have the right of way to enter. So you have to wait. So the guy is just like going around. So I think they need a lot of education. I don't know it's going to happen. Especially I heard what I want to colleague saying that if you go on a radio station, this will not help. These people need to go back to some clinics, a driving school clinic organized by Liberian National Police and some traffic school in Monrovia, probably at Monrovia City Hall or at the SKD complex. There where they have a big place or a unity conference center, divide into groups or subsect. The people live across the bridge here. They go to the Unity part, the Unity Conference Center. The people live on the other side, go toward the SKD, and just do a two-way. Let people understand. Because if I go to Liberia, I'll be hearing people blowing behind me because I want to follow the rule. So, like it's quite often when I go to Liberia, I follow the traffic rules and I hear the people behind me blowing on. People, oh, mommy, just come here. I mean, you stop at the red light, people say they blow on behind you. So, this requires a lot of public education. That's a good thing, but it requires a lot of public education. Otherwise, it will be chaotic at that place. There'll be a lot of accidents, and it wouldn't serve the purpose. Yeah.
Okay, Chima.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think that you guys said all. There are a few things we need to look into. When you put these projects together, this you think about, well, do we have the right traffic rules in this country? Do we follow the traffic rules? This is going to help, like Mr. Moore says, it's going to help to reduce congestion, traffic congestion. That should be the work of those who are having this project on mind first. If you know very well that the pedestrians, the motor users, the road users are not familiar with the traffic rules, what you do, signage should be posted everywhere, every entry, telling which indication to go. That sign that says it's a curve, you got to go around, it's not enough for Liberians. So you need to get a better, understand the people that are you're going to the beneficiary of the road of the facility should know that this sign should be. This is the sign. If you're coming in, you should go this way. A big one, very visible one, should be at every entry, at every corners. If you look at this right, 2, 3, 4 junctions, it will tell you first, second, third junctions. So this is not different from any other junctions in any European capital. It is exactly the same, just the way the manner how we use it. Now, if you look at the picture right on the screen, it says that it's totally been violated here. Traffically, it's been violated. And even those who are driving those motorbikes are having no helmets on their head. That's another against the health and safety rules. You can see 2 persons going there with no helmets on. Visibly, probably I'm not seeing, you could see it, but I can't see any helmets. That's another one. So what happened is you post traffic police here. It could be costly, but it's to save lives, to make sure those who violate it should go levy fine against them. On the spot, or have them arrested, put a give them a ticket and pay fine. It happened in Liberia when the then city Mayor Brock, came out with these parking lot in around Monrovia. People thought it was not going to be respected. It got respected. What did they posted people every city street in Monrovia where agents will issue a ticket. If you park your car in the place that you don't want, you should be paying ticket. You should pay for it. Issue ticket immediately. If you don't pay for a ticket, they'll come and tow your cars. And this is how it should be done. If you put this kind of thing, if you do this kind of bigger project, that's a beautiful thing. The ambition thing to implement it. You won't just do and leave it like we're going to follow one. We are not used to this, and we all know. So what could happen here? The government, they said they should go ahead do these information all on the very radio. This is in Monrovia. Make sure that they roll the ELW junction. These are rules. I'm afraid that this is not going to happen. Unfortunately, we may have some tragic accident here. Go rush into these junctions without following the traffic rules and cause a serious problem. One second, the traffic police should be around this area. I think the brother on the platform on the show tonight is a police officer, former police officer. He knows what I'm talking about. Traffic police, got police in every department. Traffic police should be assigned to the particular area to make sure the rules are respected or you'll be levied fine, and heavy fine should be levied against you. So once you do that to people, we need to be followed. People, we are not able to be left alone. Some people need to be managed. So in this situation, and for the safety, health and safety, the safety of our people, on the road users and pedestrians as well, they should also make sure these traffic police are posted in this area and make sure the rules are followed. And you see a minimal level of, a very, very minimal level of accidents in the area, and the traffic rules will be followed, and we'll all enjoy the road work. All else, this is just going to be a big picture. We're not getting out of it. At the end of the year, there was a big accident, God forbid, at the EOW junction with a lot of the casualties. I don't think we want to see that. So now the government should not see it as a fund. It's a good project. The transport industry and whoever authority concerned should be involved and make sure that rules are in place, and the health and safety should be enforced, as well as people should, those guys who are driving around the city without helmet, within motorbikes, also should be observed as well.
Okay, thank you, Jima.
Let me add something to this, Jima, before we go. I think you're right. The government need to take this seriously, because pretty soon people will get married or go cross the road, will go take picture over there because they seeing the place is green. Because our people in Liberia are being honest. That's something.
That's a nice one, Paul. With the picture.
For wedding pictures,
people. Yeah, people already walking there. That place, not supposed even cross the walk over there. So people
you can see on the for our right, Paul, you're saying for our right, you will see. I think you're on my right. You see, there's a car park on the pavement right there, and another motorbike park. Another one parked to the pole. So there's going to be a parking area. I mean, it's now there's no rules there. So this is a serious issue you need to look into. We're all looking at it now. We're taking it as a laughable issue. But trust me, after a couple of months or weeks from now, we could hear something happening in this area. If it's serious measures are not put in place.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. When I received this picture, yes, it was just one of those pictures that, as you can see, somebody was trying to say former president, we are blah blah blah. It was just a charade for people, again, for political point. People want to show that they have done this. But the moment I look at the picture, something clicked to me. And I said, well, I think we just need to bring this picture on the show to discuss it. And it's very important for those of you that are listening to us. This is intended to reduce the traffic congestion at the junction. You see, traffic light will stop you and you have so many cars behind you. But in the roundabout, you don't need to wait so long. By the time there's a space on your left side, you pop in, you go, the other person come in. It can make the traffic to flow. But this beautiful thing is just a death trap in disguise. Okay? If Paul said, or all of you say, if police are not posted there, or if the proper education is not given to the people, it's just like you open, you open 4 lane for, or 6 lane for Liberia now from Rayla to Moria, it will be the biggest death trap. Because people who is run 60, they will start running 200, and they can't control. The accident will just be big. But people need to be educated. So let's move on, guys, or our time is fast spent. We'll be talking about these things over and over, because as we're talking, of course, it's not what we wish for. Pretty soon, we'll hear something happen here. Pretty soon, the way they already started from the onset, and the said people start going there to take pictures, and something will happen here. We'll hear it, but let's move ahead.
That comment on there more, because you want me to say something on it? One of the things is that I know you have similar roads in Europe, but in the United States, the highway, they got you kind of thing. You don't need nobody there. You go there, they will say, they're east. You're going east of Chicago. And you just can't, you follow. You going south. You follow. So if you have an extension like you're coming from Monrovia and you're only going to the EOW hospital, there's to be a way that you will slide off and go straight to the campus. But now that you put a circle there, people passing around looking which way they go. And so
I saw a video where some people y'all go in the rasta, y'all go in because they know how to essay, before they want to essay car on their side. But I will tell you quickly that these things are very important. But in Liberia, we don't take it seriously.
The arrows will be there when you enter, you know that.
The arrow is there. Actually, the arrow is there. See it?
No, but the thing is that, but I'm aware. I mean, these. I mean, these things that they round about the very common. Right in my house here behind here. I have a roundabout. I got a 3 roundabouts to come to my house. And you don't need right these sign. What do people need is proper traffic education.
Yeah, to
Simple
know the
as that.
purpose
Because
of the country. That's it.
if you're trying to exit, you have to be on the far right all the time. If you have to exit, you have to be on the far right. So that's it. So you enter, you want to be on the far right, and the guy should be on your right, should be giving you space to exit all the time. So I don't know if the arrow is going to make any difference, but I mean,
But I think the arrow is not there to tell them which direction to go from the onset. But normally, this roundabout will kind of like with 3 entries or 4 entries. That means if I'm coming from and entering, right opposite me, straight ahead is another entry. Then on my right
yes.
and on my left, there are 2 other entries. So it depends where I'm going. If I'm going to that's why the GPS, even the GPS that not even guessing, will tell you when you enter and say enter the roundabout, take the first exit. That means when you enter the very first one, going out on your right at the first exit. The second exit is the one straight ahead of you. The third exit is immediately to your left. But you see, I think it all will boil down to education, and they will get to know. But before they know, a lot of people will pay prices. People
Yeah,
can't
but we
get
need to talk about this, Comrade Linford. We at least we need to take for now until a month. We need to keep
seriously.
talking about it because it's important. They think it's a death trap.
That's trap.
I was somebody was doing that King Jew and that go run straight to that thing. You coming from left or right, that come boom.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, all right.
Linford, let me add something to this. In Liberia, during the when people are getting the voter registration, they printed out things to educate people. This is how you cast your ballot. Similar thing can be done. They can have people from Ministry of Transport standing over there, giving motorist or graphic image of how to exit, how to enter. For those people riders that never saw this before, look what they're doing, give it to them as the little thing that will guide them. And using the radio, and what Francis said, you can use the SKD, use how to call it, Hotel Africa. Yes, the people need to be aware of this because this one here is the beginning. There'll be more roundabouts in Liberia because we don't have. So all of these areas, they will come people roundabout, but educate the people on how to enter and how to exit to avoid collision. Like this guy, the vehicle that going the right direction with the motorcycle, you can just run into them. He's in his right.
Yeah, but look at all the motorcycles that are going to the opposite side of the car. Can you imagine?
That's what I'm saying.
What sense it make? You know, when I came to Europe, I started driving. My first day I sat down with the driving teacher. He asked me, "You can drive. You get good control, but you don't know the rules." And the guy told me something that I've been teaching several Liberian students here to drive, and I always tell them the same thing. The guy told me, "Say the road with driving on can talk." He's talking to us. I say, "How?" He said, "Just look at it." He said, "The road will tell you to go 60. It will tell you to go over 60. In the middle, it will tell you where to go, where not to go." So this thing is very simple. The people will learn it. But like we said, we'll continue to talk about it, and in the future, who knows? People will get used to it, and some people will pay price before we get used to it. So I think it's a good project, but yeah, it's also dangerous. But let's move ahead. President, we are. What it says there?
Return to presidency.
President, we have to return to presidency. Yes. Well, I mean, for me, I got nothing to say about it. I can't because I think CDC just had an occasion a few days ago. So the CDC says this, and if we have feels that he did a good job and he wants to come back again to the presidency, fine. It's left with the Liberian people to decide that. And the reason why on the kind of issue for me, I don't have any much opinion is that it is difficult to really to determine how our people think that these people will vote Unity Party or after 12 years, and they said Unity Party was there and replaced Unity Party with President we asked CDC, and in 6 years they voted him out, and the same people went back again, pro Unity Party back. It's very hard to to really predict what these people think. So, guys, I don't know whether some of you have any other thing to say, but for me, we leave it with 2029 to decide.
You know, before the guys chime in, Linford, you remember after the election, I said something on this program, if you go back, that people will come out to say we have presidential experience, and they will use it to bring him back to power. So if you see this, I listened to some talk shows, and people were calling in that we are, because he had presidential experience and people around him were the cause of his failure. So now when he come back, he will do the good thing. This is the mindset of our people. That's why I always say Liberia is not a normal country. The fact is that they got performed so badly, he kicking out. Then now you say, oh, the man, the people in his surrounding. He was given the key to appoint and to fire. He refused to sack people for 6 years. Now they're blaming people in his surroundings. So it won't be surprising to me to see we are coming back and people giving him another presidency. It will not surprise me at all. We are not normal people in Liberia that I just hold my peace all day. We just pray for our country.
Let me step in there. You will not believe what people were saying about Trump, but for Trump to go through the Republican Party to take the lead, so you wonder why he had all the crimes and stuff on him. So voters all over the world, they are blind because something of frustration. If you have a new administration that listen to the cry of the people, and you are coming to repeat or do worse of what they were crying from, of course they will have no choice but to tell you that they got the power to determine what they want. So even the fact that Liberian chose to have brought back Unity Party after 12 years, that alone tells you voters are blind all over the world. Because in no true political sense, they who have brought Unity Party right back after 12 years of all the other parties in the country. So if we are sitting so finally and people are repeating the exact things from which the people cry, they will just what they call protest vote. Will definitely bring him back. But if people begin to think, and they should decide that to make decision of their faith, it had to be realistic. I just want to stop there so far.
Okay.
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna tell you guys something. The whole political ecology in Liberia, the whole system, the agita is built on people coming back to enrich themselves. These guys from the CDC that just left power, they missed that opportunity so much that they are yearning to go back to power. The same the Unity Party people did. And it will be a mistake that Liberians will vote CDC into power again, George Weah as a president. We have made this man rich again. We have set him up on a pedestal economically that, look, the guy, they just want to come back to power just like the Unity Party did, and there will be nothing done, nothing. All the promises they come and make, they will not fulfill anything to Liberian people. They're just coming back to enrich themselves. It's simple as that. And Liberians will know their mindset, how they think in terms of voting leaders. See, what the game now is that they are early joining the bandwagon of criticism. They criticizing now. They got the surrogates all around the radio stations. Every step of the way that the Unity Party, they have some missteps, they're going to criticize to make President Weah look so good that he did so much for the country, rather than enriching himself and the people around him. So yeah, he will definitely make a comeback because the people around him are pushing him. So I mean, we have brace ourselves for 2029.
Juma?
Thank you. You know, it's not a strange thing for us. We know very well that the good thing about Liberia or democracy in a sense, like we got somebody out there. I mean, shouting, the other are making mistakes. One of the newspapers I read, or he said, we are saying that they sack poor Liberian from their jobs. I laughed. I laughed when I said, "What did you give them when you were there anyway?" So Francis said, "Oh, I don't think I want to comment on this." I think what I can say to the present government is up to them to make up their case. If they are in there, in order to win back the House of people, they have the promises they made to Liberian people. To make any challenge, to make it difficult for any political parties to come over, they have to live up to what they said to us. So that will show. It's just 6.5 months in power. So let's see what they can put forward, what they can flex their muscles to deliver. Then it makes it difficult for any political party to come. That's an open secret for any party, for any country. So it's up to the Mr. Joe Barker leadership to see what they can. So it's a challenge. But if you keep failing, you give more room to other political parties to think of the challenge, giving Joshua to make a comeback. And you will see our people. We believe in something like Liberia called dependency syndrome, where we depend on each other for survival. There's no structure where the government or the country put in place for you and myself to live without government support. I mean, without our relatives, someone in power or someone who got deep pockets supporting us. This is why you see a bunch of people like they are going around at the end of the day. Probably don't know what has been promised them. They may be dishing out money to them to be able to show up to this program. And tomorrow, if Linford go out there on run as a president with all the noise you're making, the same people show up for you. So I believe that the present government, any other government, should make it difficult for any political party to come up. That means you should show to Liberians that you can deliver. Then make the contest very hard. So anybody can come. Joey will come back. You want to make a comeback, but getting there is a challenge for you. It's going to be a challenge. I know the present leadership is watching, and they're watching keenly. They don't want to make mistakes. They are not perfect. I think they would want to do their best to win the House of Liberia. As well, other political parties are also coming up, looking at them seriously. And they are looking, the Unity Party is looking over our shoulders to see those guys are watching us. So we need to be very careful what we're doing here. And they're not sitting there, they're not sleeping. I know they're not going to make the mistake Georgia made. So Georgia coming back, well, it's not a news for me. I just think like he's just showboating here. By the end of the day, the government in place should be able to make sure that you have for any political party to come like, okay, then it's we as Liberia, the beneficiary we enjoy, because when he's being challenged, your leader, the president is being challenged, then they'll go and do a good work. The Liberians will benefit.
Right. Like I said, for me, I know how the Liberian people can think. So they will say, some people say, yeah, Joe, we are time to suffer, but when you come back the second time, we enjoy. So, these are the people that we deal with. But there is a story that I want us to talk about, though it's not highlighted here. I was listening to so many platforms, and I heard that the former Deputy Minister for Information for Public Affairs, now Director General of the Liberian Broadcasting System, Mr. Eugene Nangwe, or Eugene Franco, sorry, was in another scuffle with somebody somewhere. And this time at the National Port Authority, the head of security at the National Port Authority, there are reports that there was a scuffle and he even slapped several times the head of security at the National Port Authority. The story goes to say that Mr. Franco had gone at the alleged invitation of the managing director of the Port Authority for some brief meetings or whatever. And when he got there, I think while he was waiting at the gate to be ushered in, he was being questioned while he was there and blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden, whether him directly or some of his boys were flying a drone over the facilities of the port authority, or fly or drone, and the drone can take pictures. And even in Europe, you don't hear fly drone over areas, especially like community areas or residential areas, private areas. You don't get to do that. When you do it, you must have some reason to do it or permission to do it. But he being information, LBS Director General, I don't know whether he's privileged. He's privileged to do those kind of stuff. He's privileged rather to do those kind of things. I don't know, but he did it, reportedly. And then I think he and the guy Charles Roberts, who is a strong supporter of the Bouaka administration as well, he was one of the lead campaigners, and he got rewarded with that put job. I think the guy in the scuffle, and Eugene reportedly slapped him. But the thing here is, I can independently, or we cannot independently, I don't know whether some of you got a version of the story, we can independently confirm it or deny it. But in my own observation, from who Eugene Fagon has been and what he did in the past with our administration, for which he was even fired, I can cite one or two of it. When he first became Deputy Minister of Information for Public Affairs, Eugene Fagon is coming from work. I mean, he's coming from home, going to work early morning. He stops at one little school somewhere along the highway there because the student went to school late, and as a roof for that school, when you go late, I think they got to send you back home or something. He saw the students out, blam, he jumped in the pool fence, got down from the car, jumped in the pool fence. He forced the student inside, he started blasting at the school administrator. As Deputy Information Minister, he didn't even say, okay, gentlemen, I think you guys can take in the students, and then I'll get in contact with my colleague at the Ministry of Education. That's what a sound person will do. Get to your colleague who has oversight. Eugene did not do that. Eugene, when he used force on the people to put the student back inside, belittling the administration. That's the first thing he did that I saw. The second one he did was he was traveling, and he made a stop at Morocco at the airport, and he saw like group of Liberians there. He started blasting them. You want to know who I am? I'm the Deputy Minister of Information for Public Affairs. Hey, you got people lying down on the floor. That's why I have video for it. I saw it, and I know he did it. Okay, the two events I'm quoting, he was on video. He was doing live. So a man who will go to other people country and start to force them to do the kind of thing, he's also capable of doing what we just heard. So I don't know. I can't deny it or I can't confirm it, but this is a report. I don't know if any of you have any idea. Francis,
I myself, I don't know. I got no Tuesdays. Tuesday, I got a short time on the show. Yeah, look, the thing is that how soon we quick to forget. We are obsessed with power. We are drunk with power in this country, in Liberia. And look, Falcon was just fired. He went back to America. Was doing all kind of stuff, all kind of jobs. Look, I mean, it's the saddest thing I heard. If I was the president of the Republic of Liberia, I would have Eugene Sargon fired. No, these are the things that the president need to step, take some punitive action. No, we need a change. Not the same thing here. You know who I am. PRC thing here. Do you know who I am? Who I am? Look, we 2024. What if that charge if the chief of security is carrying an arm? What if that guy have resorted? I mean, have used his arm, because once you pull your arm, it's able to use it. No, man, this is unacceptable. If it really happened, the President Bouaka needs to take some action immediately. We call on him to take some action against Eugene Fagon. Regardless of what he did during the elections or campaign he put in the office, the president needs to take some action. Period.
Can I say something there?
Sure.
If an official, the presidential with slap.
How about your voice is low?
Yeah, yeah,
Go back.
yeah.
Okay, let me come closer to the phone. If an official of the government will slap a serviceman on duty, that's a dismissal. I don't care how that serviceman might have presented himself. You, the senior official of the government, you can't slap, you can't put your hand on anyone in the public. You only have to carry a complaint. He is on duty. If his action does not show well of a settlement, all you have to do for the people and like this, they had to know and report it. They will send the man for investigation. But for you to take your human hand and put your hand on a settlement, if you was a trained officer, you should have broken his leg because that's an attack. The man is carrying the arm of the Republic of Liberia. So any attack on him, you are attacking the Republic. He has an arm on an oath to protect lives and property. So you cannot slap him for any mad thing. All you have to do, my young man, I will file a complaint against you. And that is enough. Or to have to slap him and go free. Similar thing, I can't prove it, but I learned that Mary brought apologized to that person. But similar thing happened where Mary brought put her hand on a magazine. Nothing was done about it. You can't be official of the government on an oath and slap a person in the street. I just want to stop it.
Let me chime in before Jamal comes. I just want addition to that story, which we cannot verify, but it has been said that it was the Fargo that was using drone, and the security guy approached him and said it's not allowed here. And then he started saying, "You know who I am?" That's where they got into argument when he slapped this guy allegedly. That Liberian mentality, you know who I am, because now this is where you want to show power. And who LBS director, who are you? You just or how they call it, information person, you nothing. But I already said if I was the one carrying on, I would put it Fagon. Seriously. There is no if about it. I will definitely shout him. He have no rep slapping somebody. So they say in Liberia there is no smoke without fire. So there's truth in it. This story been around for the past 4 days now. And if that's true, I think President Burka should fire him.
Fire him.
There is truth in the story. I talked to somebody very close to news, news agency, and the person told me it's true that Eugene Fagon did it. But Jima, come in, and then we can close up on it.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. Eugene is not new in the picture. He's a guy who like these news thing. And we know the story he had with the senator now. That was Edwin Snow. There was an issue with Edwin Snow, one of the Edwin Snow guys, and he eventually has to go to jail. He publicly apologized. So he's a guy who like to always be in the news. I don't know the stories. I don't know the what you guys are saying, what I've read somewhere. But if it is true, I think the government in place right now is trying to put some information together to see what the story to what the story is true. If it's true, as a public official at that level of ranking in the government, should not exhibit such a character. That warrant immediate dismissal. Immediate dismissal. We see the authentication with Al Fatih guy and Kuruma, AB Kuruma the last time, and that's what make the news because the why we got to know that was secret video tape and sent across. But this one is still saying they say I know they're going to come out with the actual.
It's going to come out.
Yeah, you're going to come out with the actual story, and And the government should be able to. This is not a Georgia government. When you do the bad thing, they just cover you up. We saw a lot of things happen. One thing we should credit the government is taking too many actions quickly. And they listen to people and they take action. They may not be 100%, but they're doing their best. With the AB case, they really moved forward and took action. And on the Georgia government, a lot of things happened. Nothing happened. We also saw when this guy was branching, what is his guy name? The then minister, city mayor, was going around with a pistol in his hand.
Jefferson Koji.
Koji, yeah.
Koji, yeah. Jefferson Tambakoji were going around with brandishing pistol in his hand, and it was all in the newspapers and nothing happened to him. Maybe they were going, publicly beating, battling, whipping people all over the place, and nothing happened. And those people were concerned with just saying that they were in charge. So it's not a big brother thing now. Be the big guy. Who am I? Like, do you know who am I? Those are, like my colleagues said, those are gone story. You don't listen to those things anymore. Justice must prevail. If it was even just a matter of slapping the security officer, it's actually wrong. It's not a behavior of a public official. It should be addressed, and it should be addressed accordingly.
And I go back to try to close up on this one. I go back to the president's own words when he described President Weah as a boy. He said, "You cannot give a man's job to a boy to do it." Now, Eugene Fagon, you saw George Weah with all his lazy way of administration, where he couldn't take action, but he took action against Eugene Fagon. And couple of weeks, I don't know what I say on the show, but a couple of weeks ago, it came to my mind that Fagon had been silent almost 5 months after he was appointed. They almost wanted to post about it. Almost. I don't know what I did, but to the Fagon that I know, that he was silent. So I was making a joke with some people. If I didn't post it, I was making a joke and saying that maybe when President Weah fire Fagon, it taught him a lesson. I think I said this thing somewhere publicly, that it taught me a lesson that he's now cool. But he proved me wrong, that he's coming out at this time. Because those 2 instances that I just cited, the one he did in Morocco, the one he did at the school, and the one with the snow episode that we all know. Can you imagine a government official, appointed government official? Now, I worked at ERBC when Alhaji Nkrumah was Director General. Alhaji Nkrumah coming in that fence, everybody will go to job. The moment you see Mr. Nkrumah coming, everybody, if you're all, you run to your job. Okay? Then, Nkrumah, imagine, today I started imagining if Nkrumah was invited at the National Port Authority by the Director General of the Port Authority. Then Nkrumah will go and start to play with Drew. Then Nkrumah will go and even have contact with the security. Before the Nkrumah that I knew, before Nkrumah entered that fence, the game open already. It's that choice. Yeah, he will make your Director General at the port to make sure that gate is open. The Nkrumah that I knew, I'm not saying I saw Nkrumah passing. I worked on a Nkrumah for 2 years. Nkrumah will have meeting. Everybody will be seated. 30 minutes. Perfect decorum before Nkrumah enters. When Nkrumah is talking, nobody talk. When he finish, you get question you asked. Simple. That's administration, where you got total control. So to have my ERBC that I know, the Director General from there, going to another entity, and even in scuffle with the security, this is a men's job that a boy is doing. And this is all failure on the part of the president. The president should take step in this one. He shouldn't mind the wild mouth of Fagon to say, well, Fagon did well for me. There are many Fagons out there. If you still want to become president, Mr. Boaka, next 2029, there are still many Fagons out there with loud mouth that can talk for you, but let this other Fagon go. Or else, this same Fagon will cause enough trouble for your government. If President Weah, of all person, who was very lazy to take action against his official, could dismiss Fagon, I think, Mr. Boaka, you should use your judgment. I don't know.
No, I'm just run quickly before I leave. All right. There's the thing called emotional intelligence. I mean, even the man has exhibited it on the talk show. I mean, or even on his own show, even on Spoon Show, on Spoon Talk, he had left on 2 or 3 occasions. He came back. You cannot have a man that's very sentimental as a head of your information dissemination, especially your public radios. I mean, got ERBC. It should be for everybody. What they did, even the CDC, what CDC should do in the past, they did it. They denied CDC for even going there. That's a public radio station. You got a man who has a deficit. If it's emotional, if it's emotional intelligence, he cannot be head of that institution. He has a serious deficit. So yeah, on that those guys, I catch you guys on Friday, man.
Francis, before you go me out of, you know what he did? Although Linford didn't be fired in Fargo, people at ALBS now want him to be fired because to the newscaster, he said that before you read news, you have to wear fire share or Loma share. Traditional attire, you cannot wear kosu anymore to read news. This is the guy that, so the people at ALBS now, my friends work there, they're not happy with him. He just somebody that just, and Francis said he just a emotionalist, travelist, and wherever he is this a guy not qualified to be in that position?
Yeah, this is the guy who pushed a country Congo thing. Today I had a podcast. If I want to watch that podcast, you can go on my page, you watch it. Some things I say I cannot say here. I took responsibility and describe Fangon in a way that I did, and I take responsibility for that even until death. And I want Fangon to come at me. I want him to do anything. He can go and sue me, do anything. But I said what I said because I got documented things on him here. But I will not say on the bottom line Liberia because here we are different people. When I'm on my show, on my page, I'm linked for go the Afro Viking. I'm a Viking. I'm not afraid. I can go. Okay, that's what I am. But guys, enough of this Fangon thing because as long as we still have Fangon in this government, a lot of things will happen. And if President Bwaka does not save the day to save himself of this embarrassment, we're going to have the next thing Fangon is going to walk in Bwaka's office and slap somebody there. And then Bwaka himself will now see.
Do you know who I am? That's the story.
You don't know who I am. Who are you? Who are you? Yeah? You come from one African shop. But let's go, guys. So, Chima, drive us through the next story so that
guys, I got to run, man. I got to run.
Okay, yeah, Francis.
We see you guys on Friday.
Yeah, we'll see you on Friday. Thanks for being with us.
Okay, buddy.
Okay, Chima, so take us through the next story, bro.
The story says about 952,000 general market dedicated in Bangabon County. This is the building that was just dedicated recently. This is the building itself. $952,000 US. Guys, this is the edifice in Banga right now.
What am I seeing? The white thing is like a stair coming from the ground going up. Right?
Yeah, from the ground going up to it's 2 stories. Ground floor, top. So the story says like it was dedicated. I think it started some years back, and it's been dedicated just recently by the. I'll go back to the story, but just a story about it cost $952,000 US. So you tell me, what do you look at it? Is it something? What is it? Look at the pros and the cons of this market.
Well,
I'll host. Our chief host as welcome. Mr. Moe, what do you think?
Well, technically, we have no more to make a comment. I don't know why.
No, they just built a 952,000. If this market is Liberian Banga, it's just the show was dedicated recently. It's for the people of Banga, more especially Banga City. It was built, I think it started from Georgia government, or I believe I have to go back to the story, but it was dedicated recently. And it cost us 952,000. Not only that, it will accommodate all the market women, all the marketeers in Banga. They will be stored, and they'll be housed in this particular edifice to sell the produce. So we're looking at the good side of it, that it's just a place that people can call a marketplace at least. They don't have to be on the roadside, but it's just something traditional in Liberia. Even being in the marketplace, do we still actually go on these roof, or we stay on the roadside? You see all the way in Liberia and looking at their money. For me, I'm looking at that money. I just want to give you some my side of it. The
Well,
950,000 US dollars
well,
should be kind of way.
economically,
Sorry.
no, I said economically,
Yeah,
it
I
is.
mean, it's still a banger, and people are used to. I grew up. I don't know myself. I grew up seeing people who don't normally sell. If you look what happened, too many market buildings were put up here around Monrovia. People still sell outside. I think Waterside is one of the most popular area for that matter. They prefer to stay outside and sell on the road, which has been some kind of tradition. I don't know if we're going to get away from that. But then that could be, it's not like a thing that you should stick on. But I'm looking at the money used so far. That's my point here. That should be because those people that are selling it, they can't even afford their own little C caps. They're like $200 US. So if you share that amount, that money among 4,000 people, at least somebody, small businessman will be carrying 250 US dollars as a seed capital to start something instead of putting a hole into the building. But you could put something, I mean, every quarter could have a marketplace instead of having a massive one. What they do here in Europe, what would they do here? Like, for instance, if you look at in Banga, I grew up in Banga, Baulo Quarter. In that area, you can have a little a mall area where people in that particular quarter will have a little shopping and sales. Then you go to another quarter. So you have everybody have access. Then it means that you already make that community lively. No, but it can have it can have a massive mall where people shopping centers where everybody going. But this kind of thing for a small marketer, a small hustler to go in there and sell. People moving out to come back. I don't know whether it's going to work. Whether it has worked on the area, other countries. I have not seen it happen. Probably I've been out of Liberia for 6 years. It may be working now. You tell me, those who've been the Paul have been there lately, recently, I don't know about somewhere. I think I have been there since 6 years ago. So I don't know how it's going to work. I was thinking the economic side of it issue. Liberians should look into, the government should look into giving money, at least understanding the entrepreneurship of the people. So putting them build up and not only giving them money, guide them to see how to sustain that particular business to keep them going, make them successful. So put a process, a system in place where they can benefit, advancing them, marketing their product, and make sure to grow. In fact, if you give somebody money, another thing we don't give, you come with all these other issues like illness, school fees. Most of these people are single mothers. So if a child gets sick for malaria, you got to take the same money and go pay the hospital bill. There's no macro insurance in place for these people. So instead of putting it, will their bidding be useful for the people, or is this something we should get ourselves used to it so we can get our people out of the youth to sell? That's the idea of looking at. Then when I saw this in the news, I thought we should bring it to our attention to see if we can look at the good and the bad of it.
You know, Jamal,
Yes, sir.
the money alone, when people call FICO in Liberia, I want to, is how many football pitch they build this market on? It's just how massive is this market in the first place? Because the money that, looking at that structure, that money, somebody have done homework and then that half of that money going into their pocket to start with. Now, this Liberia, we keep talking about the age-old problem in Liberia. And the very people that in government in Liberia, these are very people that live with us in America, in Europe, and then they come out to serve our people. If you go to Manchester, they will lay out something that even if there are chaos, it be like a town center where you have people walking around just in a little concession area. You design in a way people could have a kiosk. They sell their like a boutique, just something nice that you just what you say they're a mini town center. Building that kind of thing, and then it happened Town. We have Jebbertown market there that nobody Town market there. We have the waters. People don't use these things in other African countries. They lay it out in a way that people go there, say, oh, when they're going shopping, they walk like you go to a little mini, because we're not talking about shopping mall now. Just you lay it out in a way that people can just walk about and then say, oh, safe in the old man, they're climbing the steps or doing this. little kiosk, the person selling fruit, the next person selling a little, how they call it, cassava leaves or something. Design it in a good way that everybody will look and say, yes, this is a proper marketplace that people can even go. In that same marketplace, you can have a little kiosk where somebody can be selling a little donut and soft drink. I mean, this is what our vision is, but we don't have visionaries in Liberia. I mean, this thing is just complete waste to me.
Okay, I'll give you a little background. Probably Mr. Moore
Let me
or colleagues.
conclude on the, Bon County, you have all of those la, palala, salala, all of those, they have their own market days. So, I don't know. I
Let
mean,
me give you the background. I'm sure you help other
yes.
colleagues to make comment on it. This thing started, the project started in 2018. Because the place called the Salif Market. It was a fund. It's a Salif Market project, Women Fund. It started in 2013 for the purpose of establishing a modern market. The previous budget was 500,000 US dollars. So that was the previous budget. And it was through the Japanese government and with the Liberian government that built this place. So according to the story, the Japanese government gave it to Liberia as a gift. Okay, fine, it's a gift. We can also have the money into a gift to give to people to use as a project. But just another story. It was dedicated on June 19 by Julius AC, who is the what do you say? He's the head of the Liberian. What is the name again? Yeah, let me see. Yeah, it was dedicated by Julius K. Seeley. He is the head of the community empowerment. He's the Liberian Agency for Community Empowerment, LACE. Executive Director Julius K. Seeley commended the Japanese government for their role in completing the Banga Central Market project. So it's a project that has been on since 2013. It's called the Salif Market Women Project. It was from the time of Madam Seeley was in power. And the people decided they're also part of the city lawmakers are part of this project. They've been finding a way that the people of Banga should be able to have a central marketplace where they can sell their produce. So this is a project they've been undergoing. So it's been going on for years now. So it was just dedicated on June 19 by Julius K. Seeley, the executive director for community empowerment, agency for community empowerment. Just another background if you want to make comment on this.
Okay. Well, it's a good start because they cannot have the government to pay for development. Uh, we are not, government has not economically used its governing for population to contribute to the economy. So, Liberian Marketing Association in Bon County, I do not know how well for that bidding to be used. First, no fence, the people within the parent for the market. So sooner or later, when it's open, people will begin to sell on the offside of it. So that in Europe, in America, and other places, the marketing associate governing, they give you a spiritual set in there. The rules are there that you have to follow. So if they didn't put any fence building, you can see the of uncontrollable activities. That's my fear. I don't know why all inclusive in it, market hall, into the past, where you have Johnson, Lee, and Black Eye over here in the diaspora in the United States, that the alien were going to collect money, requesting for money, and everyone are going to be built in Liberia. Kindergarten were going to be attached to it because at the time, um, the marketeers or the women are the major breadwinners of our society. So have the children go to school, it was a problem. So every market area was going to carry the kindergarten, and now people would be there to take care of the children so that immediately after classes, they would just go to their parents, and that was going to happen. Everybody agreed to it and contribute the amount of money. We didn't see that in the 12 years. I know that some of the projects they are completing, but already what I see on the outside of that building, I didn't see it to make sure that the market area is within the fence around the building. Then the rule had to be followed. Every market here must be given a space, and for the market to remain clean. The market association or Bangkok City must be there to make sure that our building is clean 24 hours 7. Other than that, is there's the ordinary structure put somewhere for political purposes to tell market here, I build a building and in your vote.
Jamal, think on this. That money, 952K. That's a good money, though. So if that particular the way I answer water is football field they build this thing on, you could lay. Yeah, I'm wondering because this thing they could have laid that whole place out. You have a little mini park, have a little where people a little nursery as well for people to carry that. Do it in a 21st century style of market for Christ's sake with all that money. I don't know. I just seen this. We are based something in Douala recently. They call it the state of the art market. Similar thing like this. And since 2013, this been going on. Man, for Christ's sake, man, what's happened to our country?
Yeah, I think what Mr. Moore put it right. That is, it could be a structure put in place for political purposes. Just you see, you want to buy their votes. But the project was going on has been going on since 2013, and the Japanese government came to help complete the project. But the fact of the matter is, most of these people are showing up to these marketplaces or market buildings. They don't have even the first seed capital to start business. They are struggling even to feed their children at home, to bring the bread on the table. And those things is a good idea, though. It's a massive project. People think that wow, we criticizing good projects. Of course not. But then, what's the foundation in place? If you talk about entrepreneurship, people should have some kind of foundation starting point where they can be able to systems should be able to support them to get to the level where they can manage their own business and move to a building like this one. And we are not used to going to these marketplaces. Go to Jocklinton Market, Douala Market, Raleigh Market, many markets around Monrovia. Go to Daybreak Mall Open Market, go Bacho Market. People are still sitting outside there.
Yes.
Nobody, before they moved the people from Rail Light to Omega Station, they were all on the street. They couldn't find a way. Nobody wants to go into the building. I remember a story was when I was somebody told me a story. A white guy told me a story. They went to Liberia or one African countries. They felt that people were not poor. I think somewhere or maybe from this kind of story. People were having difficulty of fetching for water. So the people say, okay, the best thing we can do was to put you up to bring water to your door, to dig the well, do hand pump right to that in their community, right in the house. I mean, every community will have in a well, a hand pump. So, but then because we used to walk like half a mile to go get fresh water to bring it to their very homes. So when they build this house, these wells, people were not using the water. The question was, why you're not using these facilities? Then after they did some survey, they found out that there was something they missed. That was, they told them the secret that came out was, you guys did not know that these women walking to the wells, to the waterway to bring fresh water, they take time to discuss issues. They take time to discuss home issues. That is time they connect with other friends. So those villagers will not come to you. If you come here, take water from you, because they don't have the time. How much time do you go to sit down and discuss something, they build a relationship? So those wells will eventually close down because nobody used them. Now, if you have done a further about those who are beneficiary to those facilities here, how much it's a good thing. If you look at it, it's a brilliant project. It looks good, but can we use it to the purpose that it was built for? With the people that you intended for, will they use them? Most of them, eventually, after 2-3 months, you go to the particular market ground, you will see people sitting outside of the building selling. You won't be in the building because they want to be outside. Mary Brown, I mentioned just now, a couple of times you were driving, I was selling police, wherever selling police, chasing people off the road. People were leaving this building. How many good buildings we have? Everywhere in Monrovia, we have market buildings. They were chasing them. But I'm not saying that we should leave them on the street. But before you put this building up, we need to know what are the fundamental issues we need to address. We need to address fundamental issues addressed.
Yeah.
We need to be helped. Yes.
Jamal, I'm
Yes.
sorry for cutting you off. It's a brilliant idea, but we know that the people will sell outside. So what? It's just common sense that people now want to go into this building because then there's a place in Amsterdam they call Abeka Market. It just it almost like a street. It just put a street building on the side, kiosks on the side, make it look attractive. That's all. It would people will not go into this building. So design it in a way that it just on the Broad Street, mini Broad Street, where you get little kiosks all over the place. In the evening, the people like their products, they get security, they get cleaners. Make it attractive. They're building something like this that people will not even sell inside. That's my point. You see?
So,
I don't know if I should chime in. I've been very silent on this issue for a while.
Yeah, go on,
A lot of things run into my mind. You know, there is something that I always wonder about. Why is it that Liberian people who sell, petty traders, will not want to use the market buildings that they sell in? And then it also comes to me that it's not only Liberia I've traveled widely. Eurobia is uncommon to see these things, but I traveled to Asia, Philippines and Thailand mostly. Okay. And I remember in Thailand, there was a place in Bangkok, there was a place called Papung. They have Broad Street. I went to this place in the morning, in the day. Many times I had lunch there. And if you go there in the day, it's quite different. The same thing Paul is talking about, like little kiosks and other things all along the street. The same way, you see what other side, how you play low. That Broad Street, that I want to make a street. But it's still low modern though, because they got modern things on the other side. But the ordinary marketers will bring all that Yana balls, as we call them, they bring their clothes in the street, they hanging there and thing. But Jima and Paul and Mr. Moen, I went to this place back, the same place I was in this day to eat. I went there in the night. Everything was totally different. All the clothes had disappeared. And all I could see was nightclub. The whole street. I said both left and right of the street. And so I asked a little boy, wasn't the same place looking? And I remember the overhead bridge where they got a restaurant we ate. But why is it different? He said the place can change in the day and it can change in the night. So, you know, I said they didn't believe, I'm telling you, Jima, I said they didn't believe that this was the place I was. The next morning I went there, then I saw a particular shop that was nightclub with the same name, and I saw people selling in front of a change. So, you know, there's market, like Paul is saying. Look at the elevation. Look at under there, that empty space. You can put things there, you can put small shops. You know, and not everybody want to go way upstairs to go sell. And in fact, not everybody can sell the same thing because upstairs there should be like vegetables and all the stuff. Okay, so the man who's selling is small, you know, provision stuff, he can sell under there. He get bread and butter for the market, or somebody hungry can kind of grab a bread and butter and eat it. You know, he can sell right under there. Beautiful cubicles. But again, there is something special about our people, our Liberian people. They don't let us sell in the market building. I don't know whether. I'm surprised because here in Europe, they got a supermarket, they got a different market, and the supermarket thing. If I'm at my house, I want to eat bread, I'll go in the supermarket. The man selling the bread will not come stand on the street for me to go there. He know that it's supposed to be in the bread supposed to be in the supermarket. I'll go there. Okay. Here in Norway, liquor, they sell it to one place. It's not like in UK where you can find liquor to pencil station and all these things. No, that place when the place close 8 o'clock, normal working day close. So if I want to buy liquor, I'll go there early. So we just got to train our people to sell in these market buildings. But again, when you do it, they cry, oh, the government using every hair on the people, and I don't know what to do. Sometimes we talk to the government, but the government tries to do the right thing, but the people resist that they do. And it's simply because they are not being taught this thing yet. I always make it parable. If you're born today and your face was on the ground through all, you become 50 years, when they turn your face up and they say this is up, you say no, you will refuse it. Our people had to learn. You get good market building. That heavy rain in Monrovia, you prefer to stay on the sidewalk, the heavy rain can beat you, but you can't go in the market building that will shelter you. There is just something wrong with our people. And sometimes it all is not about the government, it's about our own people too.
Our own people too. So Jamal and Linfo, you're right. And this is why I'm saying my suggestion here is because the people refuse to sell in those market buildings. So just lay it out like a street or dead end street. If you come to London, there's a place called Liverpool Street. Elephant and Castle, they get a place they call East Street. It's just a small little road, but people can carry a wheelbarrow and those tarpaulin and thing.
Yeah.
In the net when you go there, it's a complete different city.
Yeah,
So
right.
do the same thing.
Yeah, what Paul's saying. I grew up in Manchester. I'm sorry, in Amsterdam. There are more than 20 different street markets. You don't have massive building like this, like market. If you want to do something like this, you build special shops, small shop or small people to rent them. The community can do it. The government, the city mayor, the city council can do these things and rent to at a reasonable price. Like you were just saying, bread seller, people that sell spare parts, people that sell other things that you can't put on the road. Those perishable goods, people want to use their African shops, you can put in there. People want to go on the road. But then the way you have special street in Banga, Banga more than anything else you're looking for. You can go somewhere around some street and put these stalls there at those store and put them there. The city council will come and remove them after the sale. People are doing that every day. It has been going on in I would say the 1950s or 40s in Amsterdam. Although every major community in Amsterdam has these, they call it flea markets. Every major community in Amsterdam has a flea market.
Yeah.
So you don't have a massive building like this. People want to see the products. They want to see the produce outside. But for us, looking at our standpoint as our economic status, looking at people they don't even have anything to sell. They're struggling to sell the little thing. The minimum, why they don't even make money. So you put this building at the end of the day, the council want to charge you to pay. What can they afford? At the end of the day, someone will be passing around giving you a ticket. You need to pay 100 LD for today market. They have not sold anything. What you got out of them? So just a waste. It seems to be good, but for me, it didn't make a good economic sense for me because the people will not get in here. After 6 months, let's revisit this particular facility and see how it looks like. Today, it was dedicated on June 19th. Give me an end of probably in December, if we stay around to see this thing, we'll repicture this thing and see what happened there. And take probably we got somebody to do a live video and see how they use these facilities. You'll be totally surprised that it's probably being used. Even maintenance is another issue. Government have to maintain this place. Look at the color they give to the building.
And Jamal, pretty soon the Sokos will start sleeping in there.
Well, of course, they don't have the place.
But Paul, you can't blame the Sogos if they go to sleep there because here is a huge structure that is not being used for the intended purpose, and you got the benches there free. Where the Sogo is sleeping in the graveyard, inside the grave, you can decide to come and sleep here comfortably, especially upstairs, so they'll have a class of Sogo. The Sogo living upstairs will be
Yeah, like Linfo was saying, look at the bottom part where you can turn into those small shops. You rent out to small business owners. And to set that thing in a night, you have security all over to safeguard this place. Then in the day, they open a shop. People who sell these materials, those fabrics, the accessories, they will sell, they make money, take rent. Then the top part, any part that will be for those food and other stuff. You divide them according to stuff, but you just a massive building there. Anybody can just put stores in the table in there, people selling.
But guys, I will tell you something again, like our talk about places like the Philippines. It's like they're selling. There is something wrong with market trust as well. Like, no, not bleeding people. That I've been to Philippines to my wife, they call it province, like in the interior. I went there. And the people, they got a huge market building. And you know what? That they post selling bus ticket because they got a poster right there. They post selling bus tickets saying on a big hell of a market building, big place. All the marketers saying that to the place where the truck there and can't enter. Something get wrong with markets. I don't know. The thing when they send that in the building, people would not see there. They prefer selling that outside in the house. And every time I go there, I can imagine and say, yeah, this is like bro. And they get a bag of red and scatter, then they put typhoid away. Carry the bag of red inside that building. They do with that building.
The good thing about it also become a tourist attraction.
Exactly.
Those who sell on the street, they walk like that's why I attract Amsterdam to most people. The Abaca market, or they call it Abaca market. They have too many of them in Amsterdam. You're walking there, you won't get things that like is being like deep price or like discounted from the shops. They will give to those guys on the cost price and they will sell on the market. And people walking there, tourists will go in there, buy anything, souvenirs, everything is there. Food, you can think of anything, vegetables, fish, anything you can buy on the street market. And the next day, go in the evening like Linford, around about 7 o'clock, you go there, you just nothing happened. It's been removed clean, and it's been used as a major road.
Yeah, and you see that different area.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Everywhere. Yeah, but guys, I think our time is fast spent. Let's talk a little bit about sports. I'm interested. Turkey just won. Turkey just won. Amsterdam. What do you call them? Sorry.
Netherlands.
I'm so mad that all the teams are supported lose and they lose.
What happened? What do you want to tell us?
Yeah, Turkey. Okay, yeah. Okay, let's start from yesterday. Did you guys see the game between the end of you watched the game between?
You said Turkey won. Turkey won where? Who? Turkey won Austria 2-1.
Yeah, Turkey just won Austria 2-1. And from the start of the game, the moment they centered the ball, Austria made an attempt on the goal. They almost scored. And when Turkey took a ball from right there, they carried straight and scored. I think under 30 minutes. 30 seconds. There was a goal in the game, and that they remain the capital last one goal until now. In the latest second half, Turkey, Austria managed to redeem one goal, but they still beat them. So there are a lot of surprises in this UEFA League. Even though I was telling somebody last night that I wouldn't be surprised if anything lost, because the thing is, all the teams that went in this particular quarterfinal or knockout stage, they should all be strong, right? So anybody can get beaten. So don't think that there's any underdog. But last night we saw
Belgium and France.
Belgium, no, not Belgium and France. These guys, man, Portugal and
Slovakia. It was Belgium and France, Portugal and Slovenia.
Yeah, and Slovenia. We saw Portugal struggling under Slovenia until they went to penalty final, and then the penalty, the Portuguese goalkeeper, the guy saved three penalties straight. So the playoffs were not really doing well. Even Ronaldo, with all the expectations, he didn't really do well. But it was the goalkeeper that saved them last night. So there will be a lot of surprises in this thing, in this game. I don't know how you guys look at that.
Linford, I've been following the football, and it is very, very interesting. I watched Georgia playing the other day. I was amazed. Wow. All of these Eastern European countries that just came in, they have raised the bar. That even England, once started football, they could not even beat. I'm just telling you, the first 90 minutes, they could not even beat. It was a Slovenia. I tell you, it was some kind of luck that came to England the last minute of the game for this young man called Duke Bellingham to score some kind of magical goal that saved England. So anyone can win this tournament. Now, watch out for Friday. The two favorites are playing on Friday, Germany and Spain. One going home.
My prediction from the game with because automatically it's going to be it's going to be Portugal facing France. So my prediction is that France might win that game, but it will not be easy. And to be frank, you just said it. The bar is way up there. In not our traditional European and UEFA league where you say, oh, England, Germany, the top five, England, Germany, Italy, France. No. It's different now.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. I mean, my big shock was like Switzerland beating Italy. That was a big shocking one.
But the Swiss team is strong, very strong.
I mean, if compare, I know they are very good, but compared to Europe, when you talk about football in Europe, the big five, Italy have won the big five. So beating them are I think they are the champion.
They were the holding defending champions.
The current champion at the time. So taking them out of the game was a shocking one for me through the whole match. And I expect them to do better. I mean, Italy in any game, Italy don't just come out of the 16, the top 16. They always go to at least the top 8, or the last 4, always in that good zone. When I'm seeing them coming out, except from this this guy called I forgot his name. This guy used to have the ponytail when he missed a penalty one of those games. I think that was Europe or something. There's an Italian guy that we used to play. I forgot his name. But then Italy pulling out the 16 and the top 16 was a big shock for me from Switzerland. That was a big one for me so far.
Yeah. But anyway, it is where it is. The football.
It is where it is.
Yeah. And guys, on my birthday, I'll be watching Germany and Spain playing on that day. It will be right after our program. In fact, the game will be on during our program as well. So on Friday, we'll look up, and that Friday, I think, and on that Friday also, I will be celebrating my birthday and be celebrating the victory of the Labour Party that we sent conservative in the wilderness on Friday. So Thursday, I've already cast my own vote and just waiting for the result on Friday.
I've cast the vote.
Yeah, I do the how they call it, the postal vote. So mine been sent ever since. So Friday is 2 celebration for me: birthday and sending the conservative in the wilderness for a long time.
Okay, I would say happy pre-birthday to you. I had my last Saturday, and we were 3 that joined, and it was great, man. Imagine we had a lot of people, and then the food and drink bar, forget it. Imagine people came from all the way Oslo. We had it behind Oslo to the border of Sweden, close to the depot where we can get the drinks. So drinks were not problem. It was just a matter of saying, okay, how many more catching your knee, cross the border, 30 minutes cross the border and come back. I mean, it was great. And these occasions come once a while, once in a year. And so we want to say happy pre-birthday to you on behalf of the Portland, Liberia, and also the Labour Party. I'm a member of the Labour Party here as well, and the committee member at that rate, or high-ranking member. I'm not just a member of the party, but I'm in the government. And also, so when you talk about the Labour Party, we share similar vision across Europe. So I want to say congratulations in advance, and wish that the Labour Party will do its best, to take the power, and let's see what we can offer as Labour partisans and Labour Party partisans. And so I don't know whether maybe Jima will have some congratulatory treat for you.
Just a big heart, big treat to the Lord to play, and we want you to celebrate more of this. I want to see him living a happy life, and I want to see him enjoying his retirement, enjoying his Jack Daniels, and having many of these celebrations. And I know we'll be going to Germany end of this month to celebrate his anniversary as well. I know Linford will be there. If you're not going to be there, we're going to have a really nice one. We'll be using the same hotel. The lawyer and myself in the same hotel. We'll have a special celebration for him as well. So he being the Lord, and also not only that, he's also the RSC, the regional commander. I call him. He's also the brain behind the borderline. A big hello to you, Linford. Also a belated one to you. We should have had a special one. So a big happy birthday to you as well. You had a nice one. All of you live to see many more to come, and happy one for you as well. I will be celebrating mine in August, so I'm just behind you guys as a young man. So I hope I can get to where you guys are saying and have enjoyed so far.
Yeah.
Sure, you'll get there, boy. You'll get it. You know, take it, belly. You'll get there.
Yeah. So that's it. I think was say happy belated birthday, Linfo. I know you have fun. Although I did send you a message on that day. See,
Yes.
I mean, you're in full blast. But it's good to see you. You look very young. And I mean, at your age, you look like 21. So we just show that, yeah, you're looking after yourself.
We still be around for a while, boy.
Yes.
It says that's a Lucretia. Says Lucretia, I think Jamal, you and myself are in the same place in Banga. No.
Yeah, when we're talking about the market business, she
Yeah, I see the comment. She mentioned with the comment like we came from the marketplace. Grew up. She was born in West, but I also went all my life. I also spent all my life in Banga as well. Went to school in Banga, and my parents are from there. Actually, I'm originally from India.
I saw the comment and I was laughing. I said the Banga people fighting for Banga.
So I got connected to Banga from my mom's side. My mom was born in Shinji, next to Phoebe, the opposite Phoebe. So I have to go to my mother town, go to school and live there. So I grew up there anyway before I moved to Monrovia. But I'm originally from Nima County. So basically. Anyway, guys, thank you for the show tonight.
I'm from the Banga area, so the Banga is my city, and I know almost every part of Banga because even during the war time was when I spent a lot of time in Banga, and I know every part of Banga. We have somewhere called the Koguya Road. On there, there's a plum tree, we call it the famous plum tree. When you're there, man, everything that happened there. But guys, I think it was a good show.
So Jima, are we on tomorrow? If we're on tomorrow, I want us to look at this boss story that hanging out, and also what is happening.
We'll be on until Friday.
If you guys have time, we can do something.
Yeah. I'm on until Friday. We'll be on tomorrow as well, on Thursday as well. We'll be reviewing the daily newspapers. If you're just joining us, follow us. We'll be other trending issue. We'll be reviewing them as for now to our major night, to our major day review on Friday. If you had a chance to join us, follow on this on our YouTube, Facebook, as well as our radio. We'll be coming to you live from Milan, Europe, and we'll be bringing the same people. Mr. Moya will be with us again. He couldn't stay over too long, and I think we see Lucretia will also managed to get on one of these doing one of our shows as well. So thank you very much. Bye, guys.
Yeah. So there's a last comment there from Chanta Jukam. Chanta Jukam, thank you for joining us, and always be with us. This is where we discuss the issue. So, guys, anything else? If nothing else, I think we're going to be taking it home from here, and to be back tomorrow. Like you said, okay, we'll be back tomorrow. What? We know something will happen between now and tomorrow. Something will happen, so we'll be back here.
Yeah, so tomorrow, but I want us to look at
newspaper for what has been published in Liberia and other stories, and we may be doing a follow-up on Fagon's story. We want to try to get hold of it and do a more follow on that story tomorrow as well.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Until then, have a pleasant evening.
Yeah. So take us home. Something away.
Okay, we will do. Definitely, we will take you home. I think we always take you with this. Paul always take us home with these. Paul should bring something up for before. What was that again?
Since it's my birthday coming also, I love this guy music, and I'll play this just a little clip so we can have, and it's just a message to all Liberians. So on that note, I will say goodbye to everybody.
You see, unnecessarily sleepy on duty. While patients are crying, they having conversation. While patients are dying, they busy chatting on Facebook. Anything you do in this world, you will get your reward.
VIP, I want to hear you, VIP.
Listen to me, you make the test hard for the students to fail. You give it grace to the student because of money. You give it grace to the student to sleep with them. Anything you do in this world, you will get your reward. Oh my bosses, listen to me. The women who are coming in your office to find job, in order to get the job you have to sleep with them. 1990 for road.